All right, that feels like the perfect transition point. Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hello. How are you? How's your week been? What have you guys been up to? I hope you guys have had a wonderful week. It has been quite a week for me, but we're cruising, and we are here today to crochet. Look at that, I rhyme all the time. Hi, Jimbo. Jimbo decided that now is the time to wake up from his nap, which is great. Hi, everybody. So today we are doing a crochet-a-thon. We are going to crochet as many Minigurumis as I can in by the end of the live stream. We are finishing the live stream today at 5, so that means I have 2-ish hours to crochet as many as I can. And yeah, I think this will be fine. I think we can make a decent amount. But the first thing I need to know, well, we already voted on which characters to make first. You guys voted on an octopus in the pre-live stream poll. So you voted on an octopus, so we're making a little octopus. I'm gonna get your opinion on how to customize it. The first thing we're gonna need to know is color, though. So help me choose which color to customize it. Hold on, I need to turn down this music. It is so loud in my ears. There we go. I'll turn it down here, and I'll turn it up here. There, and then I'll do the same on this one. That's perfect. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, so we are voting on which color to choose first. So while I'm doing my little intro here, help me choose a color. We're choosing between purple, yellow, orange, and red. While I'm also doing that, in the chat, first off, hello chat, hi livestream chat, everybody in there. If you would like to, give me any suggestions that you have for how you'd like to see our customized octopus. Do you want a fancy octopus? Do you want one with a chef octopus, or maybe in the past we've done like fisherman, we've done like raver. So let me know, what kind of vibe do you want for these octopuses so I can customize them as best as we can. We're not going to only be making octopi today. We're going to be making other things too. It'll be based on your votes. But go ahead and let me know in the chat. And yeah, if you're watching after the live stream, by the way, hello. We are also recording live for after the live stream. If you're watching afterwards, say hi in the comments. I would love to say hi and let me know what you think. And yeah, if you want to join these live streams though, well, you know what, let's talk about all the ways you can support this channel, which I'll go over there as well as you guys give me that feedback and vote on our color. Okay, so if you like what's going on here and you think it's really cool, which I think is really cool, so I totally get it, but if you like what's happening here and you want it to keep happening, there's a few ways you can help support this channel to make sure that happens. The first free, easy, cheap way to do it is just like this video down below, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and hit the little bell icon so you don't miss when we come out with new videos. I do new live streams like this pretty much every single week on Fridays, starting at around 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but I'm changing it up every now and then, and in the next few weeks I'm going to be changing it up a little bit because I've got some news, which I'll tell you guys about in a little bit. Yeah, so that's a free, easy, cheap way. If you want to support this channel monetarily, well, that would be really sweet. You don't have to, but I really do appreciate it if you can. The few ways you can help support monetarily, probably the best way, is with the Club Crochet membership. Members get early access to future patterns. They get access to the exclusive library of tutorials. We add new patterns in pretty much every other week. And some new patterns this week that are recently that are in the library are our Minigurumis. So we have some little tiny gnomes. Sorry, my brain is all kerfuzzled right now. We got little gnomes, we got little goblins, we got little frogs, we got little octopi, bunch of little mini patterns like that. If you want to get the pattern for today, all you need to do is go right here, clubcrochet.com. There's also a link in the description down below. We also have kits and merch in the store. We've got a bunch of different pins available for purchase. Oh, sorry, Jimbo. I scared Jimbo by dropping something. We got pins in the... Sorry, they're upside down. There we go. We got a bunch of pins and kits and merch in the store. I'm trying to add in new merch soon, so keep a lookout for that. And we have a brand new kit coming next week. That's right. Season 8 is coming ASAP. At the end of this live stream, I'm going to show off a new secret pattern for that kit. But if you want to get a little preview of what that secret pattern is, go check out the pre-order page. So you can pre-order the new kit today. It is, we are going to the beach. And the kit is called Minigurumi, and I really like it. I think it's really cool. I think you're really gonna like it too. Some of the patterns in it are just wild, and I really think you're gonna love it. If you want to learn more, see some previews about what are some of the patterns are gonna be in it, there's a link at the top of these the chat here and in the description for that. So you can check that out at clubcrochet.com as well. One second, I forgot to turn my light on. I was like, why does everything look so dark? Actually, I don't know if that really even made any difference, but that's all right. So those are great ways to help support this channel monetarily. Some other ways you can also support this live stream live by tipping. If you are watching live, there's a little dollar icon in the chat that will let you do a super chat, which would be really cool. You do not have to, but it would be really sweet if you did. And I will put out a little mini in the background that you can name if you do support. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to go over. I think, chat, you can remind me if I'm forgetting anything. But yes, so today we are making octopi. What color did you guys vote for? Looks like we're making... Our first octopi is going to be... purple. All right. Heck yeah, I already have this one open and everything. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to do a purple octopus. And let's get the vote going as I get started here for how long you think we should make the tentacles. Tentacle length. So we're looking for, I think I'll just do like small, medium, or large. I think I'll just do that. Small, medium, large, and I'll interpret what that means when we get there. Also in the chat, if you are watching and us live right now and chatting, let me know just let me know a hat. Do you want a hat for this little octopus? And if so, give me suggestions in the chat, and I'm gonna choose one to make that I like. So that's the idea here. All right, well, I'm gonna get crocheting. Let's move our little guys off the background a little bit as well, so it's a little easier. There we go. And let's get rocking and rolling. Hooking and cooking. Whoop. These are really quick to make, by the way. So I'm going to be going pretty fast here. And so after we get our tentacle vote going and some suggestions on this octopus, I'm going to go straight up and ask what you guys want to see me make next. Because we need to make as many... Well, we don't need to make as many as we can in today's stream, but I want to make as many as we can in today's live stream. So, yeah, we're gonna be going pretty quick, just because I think it's fun to try to like push ourselves, see how many we can make and how customized we can make each one of them. I know last time we did this for the goblins, and it was just so cool. We made some of the most creative goblins that I've ever made in my life. So I kind of wanted to do the same, but keep it a little bit more open-ended to make whatever kind of creatures and critters we can. All right, so there's our start there. Tighten that up a little bit, and let's keep going up. How's everybody's week been, by the way? What you guys been up to? Anybody working on anything fun? Anybody make anything cool this week? Or do anything really cool? Anybody go surfing? I know the beach is looking pretty cool over here in LA. So I'm probably going to be doing some beach days soon. But I got some pretty massive trips planned for me. Uh-oh, Jimbo. We got a Jimbo attack. Yeah. Say hi to Jimbo. And maybe say bye to Jimbo. Do you want to say bye? No? Okay, then let's not eat my yarn. That is strike one, buddy. You get 3. He knows the rules. He knows the rules. No chewing on the yarn, especially while I'm crocheting live. Especially while we're crocheting live. It just can't be done. So yeah, big news from my end. Let's see. Well, first off, I'm about to go on like a bunch of trips. We're going to Canada in a week or two. I'm very excited about that. And then my brother is taking me to Japan shortly after that. That's strike 2, buddy. Whoop. Say, strike 2. Are you going to do all 3 strikeouts right in the beginning? We'll see. We'll see. Don't come right back here. No, I don't care. Stop. You're good right back there. Right there. Stay. Good. Sorry, guys. We have a crazy kitty on our hands. All right. No. I can see I can see you. You're not invisible. He's like rolling on his back now like, I'm just a good boy. I'm just a cute good boy. I'm not going to eat all your yarn. I'm not going to get your yarn all slobbery. Why would I even do that? It is my dad's birthday today. So that is some big news here. Papa Loop's birthday today. So that's kind of fun. Can I tell you what we're doing as I'm going? Yeah, I can kind of tell you a little bit of the gist. The full pattern is available on my website, clubcrochet.com. And I do have a full-length video tutorial that goes through all of the instructions there. But I can give you just like a general idea. I'm not going to go through the exact instructions for how I'm crocheting this right now because the pattern is on the website. But I will give you like some basic gists of instructions here. Essentially, I started at 8 stitches and I increased it up a little bit to 10 for the first round or two. And now I'm bringing it back down to 8. See, I want it to be 8 stitches because I need it to be as many stitches as we have tentacles is the idea there. So that in my next round after this, when I start making my tentacles, I can make sure there's only as many tentacles as there are stitches so that it's evenly spaced around it. So that's why we increase up to give it a little bit bigger of a head, and then we decrease back down to get to the right stitch count. Uh-oh, Jimbo. That's strike 3. Oh, you're out of here. Love you. Sorry. Say bye. Bye. Sorry, buddy. You know the rules. You know the rules and you broke them. Sorry, bud. Okay. Sorry about that. And that goes towards Jimbo and towards the chat, because I know it's fun having the cat in here. It's just really difficult for me to do many things at once. Okay, so now I'm at the point where we know what kind of tentacle length we want. Next, we need to make the eyes after I make the tentacles. So, I think maybe we should just keep it simple. Do tiny eyes, because that's what I usually do. Here, I have some right here. I think we'll just do small eyes, just because it makes it a lot easier for me. And then we need a idea for hats. So what kind of hat should we add to this? Let's see, was there anything in the chat about hats? Maybe we do a birthday hat or a baseball. Someone said baseball cap. Or we could do a top hat, of course. We could do a fedora. We could. But let's see, what did you vote for the length of the tentacles? Looks like we got medium tentacles. Right? Yeah. Okay, medium tentacles. That can be arranged. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna slip stitch into this next one, and then I'm gonna choose how long I want my tentacle to be. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Let's do. That looks like about medium. Let's do one more. We'll do 4 because we're gonna have to skip a chain anyhow, and then I'm gonna work into the back loops of these chains, and I'm just gonna do a slip stitch into these 2, and then I'll slip stitch to the next stitch, or no, to the same stitch. 1, yeah, 2, we'll do it to the same stitch. 3, yeah, that seems about like a medium length for a tentacle. That seems pretty good. So up 3, and then I'll slip stitch to the same one here, and then I'm gonna move on to the next one right here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that's a good length as far as like a medium length goes. A seaweed hat. Okay, a very tall top hat. All right, now the chat's with me here. Okay, a leaf, a bowler cap. Ooh, I like a bowler cap idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now we're starting to cruise with the suggestions. I'm liking this. I do like the idea of a very tall top hat too. I don't think I've ever done a bowler cap though. We could have like a little like mafioso octopo. An octopus mafia boy. I guess, I don't know why. That's just what I think of when I think of bowler cap. I think someone was like, yeah, hey. Alright, so that's our length for our octopus tentacles. I think that would be considered medium, personally. I think so. Let's keep on rock and rolling. Wow, this music is jazzy. I was like, I'm going to choose some Nintendo music that's chill, and oh, this one says jazzy, sure. But I wasn't expecting it to be so jazzy. If this is too jazzy, let me know, chat. If you need me to change it, I do understand, honestly. It's kind of nice, though. It's nice when the song comes up that I actually know, also, because then it's kind of like, ooh, cool. A jazzy Nintendo song. It's all Nintendo music, though. But yeah, so let's see. I was giving you updates on my... Oh, I love that idea, Zoe. Zoe says a bucket hat, like a literal bucket. That's pretty dang good and works really well with our next season, Amigurumi. Sorry, my brain is all over the place already. But let's talk about that next kit just a little bit. So our new kit is coming out next week. So the pre-order is very short this time. We are only going to have the pre-order open for about a week. And it's your opportunity to not only get a really good discount, but also a really good, you get a bonus pin with your kit. And this season, we are doing, we're going back to my favorite pin, and we're doing rainbow pins. So I reordered the rainbow pins for everybody because they were a personal favorite and also I think a crowd favorite as well. So if you want to pre-order this kit, you will get a cute little rainbow pin with your kit. Here, I'll show you it, actually. I think I have it here. Is it? No. My burb pin. Well, I don't know where it is. Man, I've been cleaning this room up, but not enough. I got everywhere but this corner. Ooh, a fishing rod in his hand as tentacle. I like that. Have I crocheted cats yet? I have crocheted some cats, but not enough. You know what I mean? And then someone else said, so I like the idea of a bucket hat a lot. So I'm kind of inclined to go with the bucket hat, personally. Or maybe we could do or a coconut might be kind of fun too. Oopsies, I forgot to do a slip stitch in the next stitch first. I was like, why does that tentacle look so weird? That's because I goofed. I done did a goof. See, so we're cruising. That's looking pretty cute so far. Have I ever seen a Dumbo octopus? Not in person, but I have seen a picture of one, and they are so cute. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to Canada in, a couple weeks. Jules has... Jules' family from, literally hundreds and hundreds... hundreds of years ago, one of Jules' family ancestors built a big mansion in Canada. And so, now, it's been, 5 generations since then. And anybody that's related to her can go stay there. But they still have to pay. But they still, they can go stay there, and it's really, really cool. And so we've been wanting to go back for a long time, and finally her family was like, we're gonna go. And it's really no reason to go unless like everybody's going, because it's honestly, it's kind of spooky to go if you're not going with a bunch of other people. So I'm really excited because the babies, like, there's a bunch of babies that are going, and that makes it way more fun when all of Jules's nieces are going to be there. Well, I guess they're my nieces too. When our nieces are going to be there. That's going to be so fun. And my parents are going, which is going to be really cool. You get to, like, invite your extended family too. So my dad's going to love it. It's going to be so cool. So I'm really, really excited about that. Ooh, a clown. What does a clown hat look like, Tina? I like the idea, but I don't know what a clown hat means. And hello, by the way. I do like the idea of a clown hat, though. So we're going there, which is pretty exciting. And then I've got a week in between there and my next trip. My brother is taking me to Japan, which we've been planning for a very long time. And I'm so excited about that. Ooh, a pom-pom hat. Oh, like that's what a clown hat would be? Like a bunch of different colors? So like less of a hat, more like a big clown hairdo. That could totally work. Oh, dude, Ree, thank you. Ree says that we outdid ourselves with the gnome home. Thank you. You know what? It was one of those like last minute ones that I designed right at the end of our last season. And I was like, quick, make it, get it in the, and I'm so proud of it. Not only because it looks so cute, but it's also like we tested it. We made sure it was really good. We had a lot of customized stuff with it and stuff. So I'm just really glad that it came out so well. You know what I mean? All right. I think I'm supposed to just go. Cut the yarn and pull through. Okay, so now we got to add our eyes, which we didn't vote on the eyes, but that's okay. But actually, you know what? Before I start actually adding our eyes, let's get a vote for the hat. I think we got a good amount of suggestions in there, so I think I can work off that. So we'll go with what kind of hat to add. So someone said a bucket, a bowler hat. I like that idea because I never made one of those before. I like the idea of a party hat just because it's my dad's birthday also. And then there was one more suggestion, but I can't remember what it was, guys, that I liked a lot. Was it the hat? Oh, a hat with ear flaps. Actually, that's pretty cool. Like a little... Actually, that would be pretty fun. You know what? Let's do a... Because I don't really know what a clown hat looks like. I'm going to say let's do a... an aviator hat. An aviator hat. Which might be a little weird for an octopus because, like, where is he going to fly? But, okay, so those are our choices. Go ahead and vote now on that. And while you're voting on those choices, I'm going to finish this octopus up. And then once we make that vote choice, we're going to get a vote going again for what we should make for our next one. So we're just going to get straight into the next one. Like I said, I have a hard stop today because Jules has her first LA show tonight. She's got a house show. If you didn't know, my wife is actually also a singer-songwriter. She has an Instagram. It's called A Band Called Jules. Go follow her. She's a very, very talented musician, as well as beautiful and sweet, and really talented knitter as well. She's just amazing. You should go check her out. A Band Called Jules is her music Instagram. Oh, there's the eyes. I think that looks pretty good. I think that's a good location for them too. It gives us enough room for a hat, especially if we did like that aviator hat too, so just in case. I'm gonna go with, I think I'm voting for the first one because that just seems like accurate, you know? Oh, cool. Looks like I'm not the only one. Yeah, so Jules is playing that. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to mention, ahead of time. Hello, Cooper. Hello, Zoe, our moderators today. Thank you so much for being here, you two. You rock, obviously. Thank you for being here. I hope you're having a great week. Okay, here's some little behind the scenes stuff. I want that hair gone. Get out of here. What are you doing on my hand in a weird spot? I don't like it, and I don't want it. All right, so we've got our eyes added in there. I think that's pretty cute. We can sew it closed actually before we even add the hat. So I'm just gonna leave. We've already got 29 votes on the hat, so that's great. I appreciate you guys voting so quickly. It makes it a lot easier for me. And it looks like the vote is going the way that I voted, which is kind of cool too. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this stuffing in here. I don't think we need to add a magnet in this one. Normally I do like to add magnets in them, but I don't know if we really need it on this little guy. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we add a magnet? Should we not? I mean, you just don't need it. You know what I mean? I will say, though, magnets are included in our next kit. And again, we'll show that in a little bit. But our next kit is really cool, and I think you're really going to like it. We're going to show off one of the pieces from our new kit at the end of this live stream. I'm going to show off the first, at least the first new Minigurumi that's coming out with the new kit at the end of this live stream. So keep an eye out for that. Stick around for that. Let's go ahead and sew this closed, and then I'm just going to add the hat on afterwards, I think. I just think it'll make it a little bit easier for us. I'm really, really proud of the new Minigurumi for the next season. Again, if you want to see a preview of what I'm talking about, you can't stick around to the end of the live stream, or you just feel impatient, go check out the pre-order page. You can find that linked at the top of the chat or in the top of the description. And on that page, you can get a preview of a couple of the patterns for next season. It's not all the patterns for the next season. Every season we do about 9. It seems like 9 is the minimum. Sometimes we go, I think the Under the Sea season, we went all the way up to like 20 patterns when you included all the Minigurumis. So we make quite a lot of designs in the seasons. And I always leave it open a little bit so that I can come up with ideas during the season. Because you know me, I really like to just kind of improvise a little bit when it comes to patterns for the season. Some of it's not improvised. A lot of the patterns from the new season. So every season that we do, I release, hey, look at that. That's a pretty solid sewn closed right there, I would say. And then there's our top. It's looking adorable. Stinking cute. Stinking cute. But yeah, every season I already include some patterns from the website that we kind of give a facelift to, you know? So we'll be making like a seagull, which is already on the website. That looks so cute though. Okay, but what kind of hat do we want to make, you guys? We voted for... Sweet, a literal bucket. Love that. A bucket hat. All right, I think I have some like light gray that we could use. I think that would be good. I do have dark gray. That would work too. Or I could do a different color. I guess we could do like an orange bucket. I don't know, what color do you think? When you think bucket, what color do you think, chat? I need a quick answer from you. While you're doing that though, let me go ahead and get the next vote going. Because I want to get that out as well. So let me know what colored bucket to make. Just go ahead and comment to let me know, and I'll just choose from the comments. I'm thinking gray personally, but I'm also thinking orange might be nice because it would kind of contrast with the purple a little bit. A blue works. Okay, I like that, Kristen. Yellow, red, blue. Okay, well, I'll just keep an eye on that while you guys do that. And for our next character, what Minigurumi make next? So I'm gonna say it should either be You know me, I love my goblins. A ghost might be fun. A gnome might be fun. Ooh, they're all G's. Or a frog. Let's go with that. All right. So go ahead and get the vote is out now for what the next one should be. So we're voting between a frog, a ghost, a gnome, or a goblin for our next one. And that one's going to probably be even more customized than this one, because this one's kind of just like our appetizer, our starter pattern. And then we're going to get a little bit more complicated for the next one. Okay. Well, you have said a lot. There's been a lot of different suggestions here. So I'm, let's see. Ooh, everybody's voting frog. Interesting. That's not what I voted, but I'm totally fine with a frog. Okay, so we got orange, yellow. Yellow would be good. Ooh, we got a lot of people saying yellow. A lot of people saying yellow, a lot of people saying blue. Let's go with yellow. Yeah, let's go with yellow. Yeah. Very good question. You're not going to like the answer, but it's a very good question. Let me go ahead and open this new color so that I can get started on our bucket. Ready? Oh. Isn't that crazy? It makes that noise every time you take off a wrapper. It's just wild. Do I make... So Ree asks a great question, which is, do I design the new season's patterns after the old season end, or do I make them in advance? I'm super curious. It is a bit of a mixed bag. It totally depends on the pattern. Sometimes I design them, some of the patterns I designed before. So for example, the one I'll show at the end of this live stream, one of the patterns in this season I designed that's going to be brand new. It's going to come out next week. I designed a while ago, at least I made the first one that I made a long time ago, and I just never made it into a real pattern. So that one is one that's I've kind of just been sitting on for a while, and I wanted to come out with a long time ago, but there, was a lot of other things I wanted to work on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I want it 6 or do I want to go up to 8? If we're gonna do a bucket, I think we're going to go straight up to 8 stitches. 7 and 8. I'm making this up from the top of my head, by the way. I have made a bucket before, but I'm customizing one right now. So we're going to go with slip stitches here in the front loops. And then I think I'll increase up to... Maybe I could have even done 10. And then increased up to 12. No. Because this might be a little small. Yeah, we're going to do that actually. So I'm going to take out a few stitches here. We're going to start at 10 stitches instead of 8. What was I saying before I so rudely distracted myself? So rude. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... We're going to go 8. And actually, maybe we do 9. Because my goal is to go up to 12. So that I can have it sit over the top of his head. Because I want it to be slightly bigger than the 10 stitches around the head. So the options are we can increase up to 12 by going from 9 to 12 or from 10 to 12. Let's do, I feel like 9 to 12 is going to be too big of an increase. So let's do 10 to 12. So I'm going to do 10 stitches in that, like I said originally. I'm going to pull that nice and tight. And now I'm just going to slip stitch into the front loops of these ones. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so to answer your questions, yes, a lot of them I do have some designed ahead of time. Every season, like I was saying before, we also revamp some old patterns that work for the season. So for example, in this season, the seagull burb, there's a burb added to this season that's a seagull. We actually came out with that pattern like 3 or 4 years ago, And so I am giving it a bit of a facelift, a little bit of love, or I'm fixing the PDF for it and stuff like that. And then coming back to it. And then the same goes for like the sandcastle. That's kind of like a pattern that I had from a long time ago from another artist. So we're going to kind of upgrade it a little bit. The artist is Ravencraft Designs. They actually aren't a crochet designer anymore. I messaged them. I actually messaged them every year or so going, hey, do you want to do our patterns? And this year they were like, you know what? I think I'm done designing crochet patterns. I'm like, okay, well, let me know if you ever change your mind. Anyhow, that's pretty good. So that's the beginning of our bucket. That's going to be the top of our bucket. And then I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to pull a loop through here. This music's really loud. Is it? Or is that just in my head? Sorry. I just need to find the stitch that I'm going into. I think it's this one, but let me count my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, it is this stitch. Okay. So we're going to go like this. Crochet around that for just a stitch. I probably should have chained one. Whatever. We'll come back around to it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm getting too in the weeds here. Okay. Sorry. Where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, and then, yeah, some of the patterns from the season I do design, like, now. Like, I'm designing one of the patterns especially, the big pattern. So, like, the past few seasons, I haven't really done a really big pattern that's my own. I guess I did, like, the gnome home. I would say that was the big pattern from last season that I designed. And, you know, so maybe I'm not really being truthful there. I do big patterns. But this time I had an idea for one pattern. I'm not going to tell you what it is and stuff, but I'm just letting you know that it is not designed yet. I'm currently designing it. But what needs to go into those designs when I do it is I need to make sure that there's enough materials in the design so that if you got the kit, you could still make it with the kit, you know, because there's 6 designs from the kit that you can make right when you get it, you know, that you can make with the kit unquestionably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. One more stitch. And then there's other, I call them, what do we call them, team? They're called alternative designs. So these are crochet designs that you might have enough materials to make with your kit, but you might also not have enough materials because you might want to just do sorry. My brain is so kerfuzzled trying to do a million things, and this jazz is like, you know what I mean? I'm going to change the music. It's too distracting for me. Even though I absolutely love it, it's fuzzing my brain up a little too much. Okay, anyhow, what was I saying? 1, 2. We're increasing up here, so I got to make sure I'm doing this right. 3, 4, and then 5, 6. Got it. Okay. Anyhow, where was I? Who am I? Oh yeah, some patterns I design while I'm live, you know, like while the thing is going. So I'm currently working on a big pattern that I'm designing to make sure that there's enough materials in the kit for this big design. And then we have alternative designs where I work with other artists, or I do it myself and we make them live during the season. And those are more like you might actually have enough materials for this. So for example, like the snail last season, you probably had enough materials to make that snail on top of all the other designs. But I just say you might because it depends on how tightly you crochet and how many characters you make, you know, like you could have made 10 gnomes. And if you made 10 gnomes, you used a lot of your beige yarn, so you probably aren't going to have enough yarn for a snail. So I always say, like, you know, just these are kind of like the pick and choose patterns that you can change, that you can make with your kit instead. And then on top of all that, there's also bonus patterns that are available on the website that you can also make with your kit instead of other ones. So for example, in this next season, like these little octopi are going to be like, this is a great bonus pattern. This is going to be a pattern that is available with your kit, and you can definitely make it with this new Amigurumi kit. But it's not a pattern for the kit because I didn't want to I already have a kit for this patterns. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So there's other patterns from the website that I always let you know, like, hey, just so you know, you have the materials to also make this pattern and this pattern and this pattern. So, okay. Sorry, hard ending, and thank you for letting me know, Kristen, that I am going way too slow. But look at that bucket. That bucket's looking buckety to me. Okay, where was I? What? Who am I? Where am I? Oh, that's right. I wanted to say, Kaylin, thank you for letting me know. You know what? I really, really have been wanting to work with Complicated Knots for a long time. I actually reached out to them, like, oh boy, a year ago now, for a collaboration, but it just didn't work out, and then like life got away from me. So I've been really wanting to reach out again. So thank you for reminding me. I'll reach out right after this to see if they are interested in collaborating, maybe with the next season or something. Because yeah, I have been wanting to work with Complicated Knots for a long time. I'm a big fan of their work, so it would be cool. Hey, look at that. Okay, so I think that's big enough for our bucket. I would say that is a bucket. And then I'll just do slip stitches in the front loops to make it so that there's a lip on it. And then I'm going to do a little, we'll do a handle. Should I do a handle out of yellow? Actually, maybe I could just do a handle right now. I just do slip stitches or chains, and then I'll slip stitch back, and then I'll do this. You know what? Let's do that. So we're going to do, how should I do this best? I think I'm going to slip stitch to the next front loop, and then I'm going to do enough chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9's pretty good. Let's do 10. If this doesn't work, we can always do, actually I did 11. If this doesn't work, we can also do a, instead of chains for our bucket handle. That's pretty good though. We could do actual, like a metal chain there. That's pretty good though. I think that's, yeah, I think that's long enough. You know, I'm going to do one more chain just because I like the idea of having the same amount of chains as I did for the diameter of mine. So 12 chains. And then I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's on the opposite side like that. And then I'm just going to slip stitch to that front loop right there. This. Huh? Yeah. That. Sure. And then I think I can either, like, the choices are, I can either go back up the chains to make this chain thicker, or I could just start working around the front loops only right now and just have a nice thin chain. You know what, let's do that. We'll just keep the chain thin, and I'm just going to work slip stitches. Oh, or is that going to make it too indented? Let's see. We'll just try doing slip stitches in those front loops only like this, at least for a couple of them. My thought is it'd probably be better if I was going the other way around, you know, but actually that's not too bad. That does look pretty good. Yeah. Okay, we'll keep it like that. I think this will work. Yeah, so we'll just stay in the front loops only. And then we're going to skip that right there so that that bucket handle's on the inside. I've never done that before, so that was a new technique for me. But you know what? I think it's going to work. Sometimes it's fun to experiment, especially on live streams. I always love live streams because I make the weirdest things in my live streams. I see a spider, and now there's no more spider. Sorry, spider. This is a no spider home. You came into the wrong house, baby. My feet are all nibbled up. Something got to me last night, and it is itchy. My feet itch so bad. It's so annoying. Okay, let's see how we got here. I think that's pretty good for the bucket, right? Right? And then we go... Here, I'm going to try to maneuver this end a little bit so it looks a little bit cleaner at the top. But there's our bucket, and then it would go on the head like that. Right? I mean, I'm about to, like, fix that little edge there, but what do we think? Let me stretch it out a little bit more. Yeah, I think I'm just going to work around that top part. Okay, so we're just going to cut the yarn here. I'll pull that through, and I'm just going to do a hidden end to finish it up. Yeah, let's do like this. So up, and then I'll come back around. This way I think it'll make the handle look like it's more on the inside of the bucket, which maybe we should have made it on the outside of the bucket instead, but I mean, it definitely is a bucket, a very tiny bucket. I'm just worried that it's not going to fit on the head as well as I want it to, but we'll make it work. Let me go ahead and open this just a bit more like that and hide this tail end in a little bit. And I think it's time for us to get working on our second Minigurumi, and I need to work quicker for the second one. I think that's true. There we go. Boom. All right, let's see our bucket on our little character here. Also, he needs a name. If you guys got any name suggestions for our first little octopus here, let us know in the chat. Best name wins all the extra credit. That's pretty good, though. Okay, so there's our bucket, and now it's on their head. I like the idea of having the handle kind of like in front, so you can kind of tell it's a bit more of a bucket. What do you guys think? Handle in front like that, or should I do handle in the back like that? Maybe handle in the back. He looks like a little soldier, a little bit. That's really cute. What do you think? Is he missing something? Anybody else think he's missing anything? I don't know. He looks really cute, though. Buckto. That's his name. Buckto. I like that. He needs a fishing rod. Well, we can definitely do a fishing rod. Yeah, actually, I have a stick right here that'll work. Fishing rod's a quick one. So we'll do... This is how I make fishing rods. I take a little stick. Oh, by the way, there is a little... I mean, we're going to go through all the materials for the next kit next week during the season release party. So next week, by the way, season release party. And we're going to go through all the materials and all the patterns and stuff like that for the new kit. But... I will give you a little preview. I made the materials for this kit myself, so we are really limited. There's only 150 of the new season's kit. So I really anticipate we're gonna sell out pretty quick. I only had enough materials though, with all this tariff stuff, I couldn't get enough materials in time for this new kit. So we have enough for the pre-orders and I think during the season, but I don't think we're gonna have enough after that. So if you want this next kit, I highly suggest you pre-order it. Really, seriously. But anyhow, one of the things I put in this new kit, because I put the materials together myself for this one, was there's a little stick. I made little dowels because we're making little umbrellas, but you can also use them for fishing poles, is my thought. So it'll be pretty cool. Where did I put my thread? Oh, it's right in front of me. What a goofball. What a goof. Ooh, Asmodeus? I like that name. I like that name. Hello, Positive Potato Crafts. Love that name. The creativity is inspiring. Oh, thanks, dude. You make Procreate portraits. Oh, we'll check it out. All right, so I think I'm just going to double knot this. Make that easy. And then I also think, you know how like fishermen will do like they'll put a what's it called? They'll put a hook on the end of their fishing pole, and then they'll hook that to their hat so that they don't lose the end of the fishing pole. I think that's what we should do with this guy. So we'll put a little hook on it, and then we'll put the hook on him itself. And then for the hook itself, we're going to use this and pliers, which I have, which I know I have somewhere. Where did I put my pliers? I just used them yesterday. I know I had them yesterday. Sorry. Oh, they're right here. Gosh, everything's right in front of my face. I'm just not seeing it. Ripple. Oh my gosh, I love that name. Yeah, we have changed our Canada shipping option there because of that, Zoe. You have taught us the lesson. Yes, it is very expensive to ship to Canada via UPS, so we're doing USPS now for Canada shipping. Yes, it was a big issue. We learned our lesson though. Okay, so there's the end of our, so that's going to go in the fishing, like the line itself, that little edge there. And then we're going to go like this to make a hook. And then I'm just going to cut this hook right at the end right there. Like, I'm going to try to cut it at an angle too, so it looks more like a hook. All right. I think that'll work. Yeah, see? 80. Oh, sorry, it's hard to see, but it is really a tiny little hook. It's very cute, actually. And then what we're going to do is I'll take the end of this, and I'm going to thread that through the little loop that I made, hopefully. Nice, easy. Pull that all the way up. And let's see, we want this end in his hand. So we'll put this end like that. Actually, maybe we'll do like more of the backhand, like this. So like right in here, maybe. I'm gonna try to get it between these two stitches. So I'm gonna try to stretch these stitches out a little bit. Like that, and then I can get the actual end in there. I think. Oh, we lost our hat. That's okay. I can fix that. There we go. Okay, so it's in there. Back on the head. And then I just want to make sure this hook is not too long. So I'll probably have it hook into like over to here. So I think about like maybe about the length like that long. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and double knot this. We got to get going on our next one. I am spending too long on this octopus. But you know what? We still do need a solid name for this little guy. I love the name Ripple. That was really good. Anybody else got any good suggestions for a vote? We'll get a vote going as I start my next one. Oh, we actually also need to vote on the color for our next guy. So let me get that vote going too. I don't want to make a green. I think everybody voted for a frog next, which I'm totally cool with. I just don't want to make another green frog because I have a bunch of green frogs now. So I think it'd be fun to do a weird colored frog. Whether that be like orange or purple or blue or some other weird color. Alright, so we're going to have this hook. I'm going to have the hook like hook into the side of his bucket. Like that. So that it doesn't get lost. Nice. How's that? Oh. Well, now we'll never lose his bucket again. That's pretty good, though. I think I like that. A little bucket boy. There's this little handle. I like it. I'm a fan. Oh my gosh, what is your name going to be? Is it going to be Ripple? Or is your name going to be something different? We'll find out. We'll go ahead and put this guy in the background. Go ahead and keep giving me name suggestions. And let's get rocking and rolling on the next vote for color. I'm going to make that vote really, really fast, though. So, what color frog? We can do orange. I'm going to just do simple colors that I have at hand. Red, purple, or blue. Oh, you know, we've already done purple. Let's do teal. Okay. All right, so those are your choices there. And then for the vote, or for the name of our cute little octopus. Gosh, I love that hook. That is so cute, though. That is really sweet. What a sweet little boy. I love him. All right. Turn that like that too. Okay, so name suggestions. We got. Whoop. Orange. Oh, teal. You guys are voting teal like crazy. Okay, I have teal somewhere. It's right here, actually. Oh, wait, did I move it? Oh, it's right here. We'll need these two colors if you're going to make it teal. And then Frappy. Okay, hold on. I like that. Frappe. Kraken. Oso. I like Oso. That's a cute little sweet name too. Wiggles. All right. 32 votes. That is more than enough to know that you have chosen teal. Great. And name our octopus as I choose... as I get started on our next one. So we got Ripple. We got Mr. Edwin. I like that, actually. Edwin. What were the other ones? Hold on. And... Oscar's cute. What a cute, simple name. Let's go with that. Okay, so those are your name suggestions. Go ahead and vote now on the name. The name choices are between Ripple, Mr. Edwin, Oso, or Oscar. All right, and I'm going to get started on our little mini frog. So let me go ahead and pull up that pattern. Another new mini from last season was our mini frogs. It's basically like a mini version of our Bonimal frog, which I really like. So I have a feeling we'll be making a lot more of these itsy bitsy minis very soon. Okay, itsy bitsy Bonimals is what I meant. Itsy bitsy Bonimals. All right. Yeah, let's rock and roll. And I definitely need customization options for a frog too. Actually. So we'll get voting. We'll keep that vote going for our frogs, or our name there. But then we need to switch up the vote to talk about how to customize our frog. So what kind of customizations do you think we could do for our frog? We could do... We've already done a chef frog, so I don't think I want to do that. I don't know. What vibe choices can we do? Obviously, we can also do like... I'm going to move him back a little bit. We could do like I hear Jimbo screaming in the background to Jules. 1, 2. This, and then I need my white. We could do spots. We definitely could make them have little spots and dots. I think that would be a safe move. We could do, obviously we could do a little hat as well. How else can we customize our frog? What's a fun idea for a froggy? Well, I guess we'll just keep brainstorming together. Together forever. Ooh. There we go. 3, 4. And then over here. Tighten this one. One, 2. I think this is right. Yeah. Okay. Don't need the white anymore. Yeah, I like that. House cleaner frog. Oh, that's right. I forgot your partner company was Leapfrog Cleaners. Hippity hoppity, they clean your property. We can do that. What does a house cleaner frog look like? Ooh, a ballerina frog also is fun. Police frog? Nah, you're thinking about a pig. But a guitar frog. A bow tie. I like a bow tie. A banjo's fun too. A doctor. A king. Oh man, we have a lot of good suggestions here. All right, let's get a vote going. So we can do frog customizations. And the name of our octopus is Ripple, by the way. We'll mention that again at the end, but just so you know. Doctor. Hello, Stitch. How are you doing? I do like the idea of king or prince. I'm gonna change your suggestion from king to prince. Just makes more sense. A frog prince, you know. Bow tie and a house cleaner. Cool. All right. I don't know what a house cleaner looks like just yet, but we will. If you choose that one, I will figure it out. I promise. In the meantime, I got just stitches to make. And I guess like the face and stuff can wait until we know what we're making, you know? So that way, like, if you choose one specific face, I can customize it a little bit more. I think that's looking pretty good, though. Right? Yeah, I'm liking that. I think I'm just going to cut these yarns just to get them out of my way. I'll use these ends for stuffing later, but we don't need them there for right now. Jimbo has been meowing so much today. And we've been like, what's up, buddy? And he's just like, I just wanted you to know that I'm here. But it's like, dude, if I let you in right now, you're just going to want to hang out. And I can't hang out. You're just gonna want to eat my yarn and hang out. And I cannot do that, buddy. I cannot do that right now, buddy. All right. Nice and nice. Okay. There's our 2 rounds there. And now we're going to be making the body part. 1, 2, 3. So after this round, I think we will get choose our customization option for this frog. 2 and 3. So there's the little legs. And then it's got it. Okay. Bump right here. Frog is nice and quick too. All right. So once I get done with this round and we finish the vote for the customization, I think we'll move on right away and start getting the vote going for what the next critter should be. Any suggestions from the chat? Should we be making a... We can do a squid. We can do a seahorse. We could do a gnome. We could do a goblin. We could do a candy corn or a ghost or a gummy bear. What other minis have I designed so far that aren't holiday related? Because we also got holiday. I mean, I guess a ghost is kind of holiday related. All right, so there's our little gams. Look at those legs. Wow. Loving it. Okay. Pull this out. Now, how did we customize it? Of course. It's a prince, of course. I love that. I love a prince. Love a princely boy. Okay. So for a prince, I think that a prince is going to look... First off, I think we should just keep it with small eyes again. I think it makes these look a little bit cuter. I mean, we could try doing the bigger eyes. I just feel like a prince would be like... Oh, you know? Like what happened? Ooh, I love a squid. Okay, cool. Let's get the vote going for the next one while I customize this. So, next mini. I think we might be able to get 2 more, but I probably will just get 1 more. So let's see. We can do a squid. We can do a... Obviously, I'm going to throw in goblin, and obviously I'm going to throw in gnome because I love them. And then last one, let's go with a whale or a seahorse. We'll go with a whale, and you can tell me how to customize that. Okay. All right, so that's our vote for the next one. A squid, a goblin, a gnome, or a whale. Go ahead and vote in the chat for that. Hey, by the way, we're trying to get to, what did I put as the like goal? Was it 125? I think it's 125. So if we can get to 125 likes, we'll do a giveaway next live stream. So like this video down below if you can. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our eyes in this. Yeah, I think eyes first makes the most sense to me. So I'll just make some room with my crochet hook here. And we'll toss the back of this in here like these. Got stuck on something in the back. Oh, yeah, there it is. I see where we got stuck. Got it. I can fix that easy. Easy squeezy lemon peasy dunzo. Oh, I have a great idea if you choose one of those suggestions for the vote. We'll see if you guys choose it, though. I'm not going to say anything to influence the vote. I will let you choose it yourself. I think that's pretty good for the one eye. Good eye. All right, let's do another one over here. If I can. This eye is crocheted very tightly. I'm just going to use the back of this thing instead. Just trying to stretch that stitch out a bit. Nice. That was definitely worth my effort. Made that part really easy. Okay. So I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I can always like maneuver the eyes a little bit too as I go, which you can't really do with the a lot of different eye options, but the bobble stitches allow me to like kind of squish the eye around. Now, what kind of mouth should we make for? Honestly, I kind of think we should just make it straight across, you know? Frogs are just frogs, in my opinion. That's not a bad thing. That's what's great about frogs. Frogs be frogging. I'm gonna vote for that one. Ooh, wow! I'm not the only one voting for that. Cool. Okay, you guys are gonna see something kind of cool if that vote follows through. Okay. What stitch did I use to make the eye? Is that what you're asking, Isabella? It is. I call it a bump stitch. It's a 2 double crochet bobble. So it's basically a bobble stitch, but there's only 2 parts instead of 3 or 4 or 5. So it's like a little mini itty bitty bobble. All right, I'm gonna make a crown now, and I'm gonna make the crown like. What is the easiest way to make this crown? I think we're just gonna do a chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points of a crown. Keep it small, you know, like that. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna do 5. Yeah. 5 chains. I'm gonna connect the chain together, slip stitching into the first, and then I'm gonna chain 1 and into the same chain we slip stitch into. I'm gonna do 1 single, and then I can do a point, then single point, single point, single point, single point, single point, single point, slip. Yeah, okay, that'll make it pretty small. I think that's good. So I'm gonna single 1, then I'm gonna do a mini picot for a little point. I think I could probably get away with not even doing the mini picot and instead just doing a chain 2, but let's start with the mini picot. Like that, and then I'll single and then next stitch over here. Oh, we don't need to work around this tail end anymore either. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to crochet this really tightly too, so that way the crown is small enough. You know, we're trying to make a very mini crown. Single, another point. Like that. Oh, a little frowny mouth. Okay, Kaylin, yeah, we can make that work. Yeah, okay, so you did want to know the stitch for the eye. Yeah, it's just like, I call it a bump. It's like a mini bobble stitch, but even less. I think a more accurate name for it is probably a 2 double crochet bobble, I think is what like the technical term is, maybe. I'm not really sure though. It's essentially like double crochet 2 together, but in 1 stitch. So like normally when I say double crochet 2 together, that means over 2 stitches because it's like a way to decrease. But yeah, you get what I mean. I think you get what I mean. I believe in you. But if you have any other questions, let me know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're going to have a 6-point crown. I wanted to do 5-point, but we ended up with, I think, just about 6. Well, I guess not. We could just slip here. No, let's try doing 6. Okay. I might end up adding some red to this just to give like the crown some kind of rubies. That might be kind of nice. We'll see. I think I'm gonna just cut the yarn actually and then hide the end. Or do I slip stitch and then hide the end? Let's slip stitch actually. Just, I think it'll secure it a little bit better. Yeah, so we slip like that. There's our little crown kind of coming together. It looks funny, but once we sew it on the head, I think it'll look good like that, you know? As long as we can make sure that all the points are pointed upwards, which might be tough. I don't know. We might need to do this again. I'll find out. I'll find out soon. It might just be easier to make it with embroidery thread instead, actually. But let's see. It might just look cleaner with embroidery thread. It'd be very tiny, though. But I think it'd look more impressive. Let's see what this looks like, though. So if I pull this part down, like that. This part down, like that. Then prop everything up like this. What do we think? We can either use this as our crown. It's kind of a big crown. Might not look good. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. Let's try to do it mini. Let's see if I can make an even tinier crown. Maybe we finish this guy first and then do that mini crown. Yeah. Okay. So I'm switching up gears real quick. I'm also need to scratch my back. Ugh. Okay. Where's my black yarn? Where'd you put it, Zoe? I know you hid it from me. Where'd you hide my yarn, Zoe? What have you done? Okay. I found it. Nice try. Nice try, Zoe. Nomelia, how are you? I haven't seen you in a second, ever since we named that gnome after you. How have you been? Yeah, you agree, Ocean, that the crown is too big? I feel you for sure. Okay, so we got a princely frog here, and so we want to give it more of a frowny face. That's what someone suggested. And I think that's actually a pretty accurate, I think that's fair. You know, he's a prince that got turned into a frog. He's probably not super stoked with life as much. So we're going to do that upside down V. So up like that. Out here. And then get a little closer here. Up to here. So just like that. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. It's very simple. Very froggy. I feel like frogs are supposed to be simple. Simple-minded, simple life. Well, actually, they don't really have that simple of a life. They have a pretty complicated life, I would say. Right? Like, they start as a tadpole, and then like pretty much all of them die. Like, probably like 90% of tadpoles don't make it. And then they transform. They're like, oh, cool, I just got used to life with this tail swimming around in the water. And then they're like, actually, oh no, puberty. I got legs. I think that's what a frog's life feels like. Okay, we need, I do want to add spots, but I think I can add spots last. So let's go ahead. I'm going to finish crocheting him, and then we'll add our crown, and then I'll add my spots after I add the crown. So we're just going to do a really sharp decrease here for our last stitches. Close this up. And I am going to add a magnet to this because frogs are supposed to be sticky. So I would say, yes, we need magnets. Oh, that's right. So magnets are in our new kit. So because I got a chance to put these kits together myself, I got to put in some materials that I always want to put in, but it's really difficult to do when I'm getting them all manufactured and stuff. So that means that I got to put in little mini magnets. So there's 3 mini magnets in our new kits, which means that's just enough for your seagull, or there's going to be an alternative thing that you can use for those magnets in the season. And yeah, I'm excited that we got magnets in this kits this time. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and stuff them up a little bit, just a little bit. I was going to use that extra threads as stuffing, but because we're going to sew on the top, it might be better to have it be more like empty on the inside so that I don't accidentally pull through some threads that we don't want. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Jean? No, Morelia, we missed you too. Thanks for being around. Hope you're having a great week. Sounds like you've been really busy, but I hope that chills out, or I hope that if it doesn't chill out, you really enjoy the busyness. Oh, magnets. How do they work? All right, so we got our mini magnets here. Just gonna add this into this little rump. And then let's sew them closed. Easy sew closed too. We're just gonna go boop, dee boop. Actually, I don't even think I need to do it like that. Let's do that again. Oops. Nice. What time is it? 4:30. Okay, we do, I think, have enough time for just one more, but we'll see. But I do have a hard stop at 5, so it might have to be quick. What whale did you guys choose? Nice. Or I said what whale? I said what mini, but I could see that it was whale. All right. Let's get his crown going ASAP. We're going to do a mini crown instead, which means we need our itsy bitsy crochet hook and embroidery thread, which I think we'll have enough of. All right, this is going to be hard to see, so I hope I make it enough here. So I need to be able to see my hands while I'm doing this. Okay, so we're going to put this guy to the side a little bit. All right, let's get a little closer to the camera. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 5, 6, like that. And then I'm going to basically do the same thing I did for the last one, but I have an idea on how to make it a little bit better as I go here. It might end up having more points than I'm planning, but we'll see. Wait. Oh. Let's try that again. This is difficult. This is very difficult. If you were wondering. Hope this works. Okay, and we need names for this frog. Give us name suggestions in the chat. So we're making a princely little frog, and he needs A cute little name. A cute little name. This is going to be a very cute little crown. Okay. You see my vision though? I feel like you can kind of see it. It's hard to tell though. Oh my gosh, that stitch is tough. Hold on. There we go. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go 5. Maybe 6 points? Again? Come on. Instead of working into the chains, by the way, I worked actually into the hole itself, which might make it a little difficult for us to sew on, but I'm not going to sew it on too thoroughly anyhow, so I don't think it really will matter too much as the size. Let's see. Do I want to do that one? Nah, let's undo that and slip stitch. So I'm making it the exact same way as I made our bigger one. We just made it tinier. Oopsies. It hurts my eyes a little bit looking at things this tiny. Okay. All right, that's not bad. All right, cut that, pull that out, and we can hide this end. And then hopefully it'll turn up in a good way. That's what we're banking on here. Hold on, I need a sharper darning needle. Gimme. There we go. Okay. Zoe's always watching. Zoe's probably behind you right now. Okay. Back loop here. Like that. Nice. Round and then into like this. There we go. Okay. So there's our little itty bitty crown, and then we'll just put that on top of his head there, and we'll just sew it in such a way that it keeps those points pointed upwards like that. And then we've got this cute little crown. That's our option. Great. I think that's going to look pretty good actually. So which way do we want the front of this crown? I think we actually want the front to be maybe like that. No, I kind of liked where it was. Okay, I'm just going to kind of sew it on flat like this first. Just make it easier for me to know where to sew all these bits and bops. Okay. I actually think I'm going to use my pliers for this, which is silly, but the stitches are really tight. Oh, hey, that was really good. I didn't do that on purpose, but that actually worked really well. Okay, so that's how we're doing it then. We're going to go in between like this, it looked like, or like, yeah, I think it was like, how did I do that? It was like this, around it, and then into this stitch, and then out through the next stitch that we want to go into, which is going to be right here on the forehead. Let's try it like that. And then, see, so because it went around it, I think essentially what it did was it went around an actual one of these points. Like that, and then I think what it did is it pulled it up more like that. So let's see, kind of pulled it in. Maybe if I hold it in place first and then I pull it That. Yeah, that worked. Okay, let's try to go around this one now. Right? Or is this just being silly? Maybe I'm just being silly here. I'll find out. Very delicately sewing this on, though. I'm definitely getting a lot too extra. We're going to have to go really fast for our last one, but I have a trick up my sleeve for this. So we'll see how it works. Okay, that. I haven't tried this trick yet. It's brand new for me, but you'll see it in a bit. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go around this one. Yeah, I'm also going to hide this other tail end because it's totally getting my way and annoying me. I was thinking of adding spots to this guy, but I feel like we're already giving him a lot of extras. I mean, we technically made him 2 crowns even. So I kind of feel like he's doesn't really need it, the spots and dots. Jason Funderburker? Oh, all right. I'll throw that in the vote for sure. So we got Jason Funderburker for sure. We can also name him Walt Jr. But the absolute worst name for this frog. What does he say in the show? But the absolute worst name for this frog would be George Washington. Is that what he said? I can't remember. What a great show that is. Hey, I actually kind of love that. I need to pull it tight enough so that all the ends there get pulled in, but we're almost done with sewing this on. I think we just want to do 2 little bits here, just so that each of these points are kind of really held up. But like right like this, and then one more like that, and then we're good. We'll come out through this other end. I'm actually just going to come out somewhere else. Like that. Pull it nice and tight there. And we'll fold it up a little bit. There's our little princely frog with this little princely crown. Very tiny itty bitty crown. Maybe I pulled it in too much. I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think we'll make that work. He looks kind of funny. The crown, I think I could have done a better job with the crown, honestly, but it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. I would normally knot these together, but they're in different spots, and I'm just going to cut them close. I don't think it's going to come undone anyhow. Famous last words. Okay. Let's hide these little knots in there. And cool. Cool. All right, so here's my idea for the next one. We're going to make a whale. And I don't really have enough time to do votes and stuff for too much of it. But I have a strategy. Worked. That's what it was. Okay, so name our frog. I like that name. Bear Prince. Hopleaf. Jason Funderburker. Or I like Frampton. That's a funny name. Okay. So name our frog. And I'm going to get working on the next one. I'm not going to do a vote for the color because we are low on time. So I'm just going to go for it. I do have a strategy, though. Here's my plan. First off, I need to pull up the pattern. It's a pretty quick pattern, though. We're going to do blue. Yeah. Just makes sense for a whale. And I've got these really cool eyes that my friend made for me. So I actually designed them, but he printed them for me. But look at these. I got these 3D printed. And the idea is, I made them myself. They're it's like a giant horn, right? So we're gonna do a narwhal, and we're gonna use this as the horn. We're gonna put this right in between, and we're gonna. My plan, the way I designed them was they should lock in. Yeah, I think it'll lock in really easy on the inside. So yeah, I want to eventually make these for kits and stuff, but I just haven't had the time to do that yet. You know what? I'm gonna do a pink one instead. Because it'll look a little bit better in the background too. Okay, we'll put this guy back here. Go ahead and name our little froggy. And I'll get started on our little narwhal. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with this. Cool. All right, we're going to go quick here. Speed run. Oopsies, I kind of messed up my crochet hook. Oh well. All right, speed run, narwhal. Hopefully it'll be big enough. I'm going to try to crochet a little loose so that way this whale ends up being just slightly bigger so that this horn looks a bit better on him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hello, Marielle. Hello, Simon. How you guys doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pull that tight. Yeah, okay, I got 15 minutes to finish this, so I have got to speed it up. Hey, again, if you haven't yet, please consider liking this video down below and subscribing to the channel if you haven't. We're going to come out with, we're going to do another live stream next week for our season release party, which I'm really excited about. And at the end of this live stream, don't let me forget, I wanted to show off a mini that I made for this new season. One, two. All right, so I think this is just all singles in this round. Wow, we really are speed running this one though. This is awesome. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, okay. 3. Wow. I haven't made one of these in a long time. I'm just reading the pattern as I go. Pretty good. Okay. 1 and 2. 3. Single. Okay. 2. Yes, we can also name them narwhal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, go ahead and give me name suggestions. Cool. I'll send you, Zoe, I'll send you all the files. Hit me up after this, Zoe, and I'll just email you all the files for the 3. I have a bunch of different horns too. I'll show you them in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is just my test run though. These, I would say these are like the, you know, the beta testing of my horn thoughts. So I don't know if any of them are going to be in the right angles. I know some of them I definitely want to fix, but for the most part I actually really like it, and I think you will too. Hold on, I'll show you them off. I'll show them off in a second. Okay, so that's that. We change to white. All right, we're actually already almost done with this whale. It's crazy. Crazy how fast this pattern is. How long have I been crocheting this? Like 3 minutes tops? Wildly fast. I think this was one of the first minis that I made that I was like, oh, this is a thing. 1. That. Okay, scissors. I put them over here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Stitch, we need name suggestions. So give us a name idea for a good name for a whale or a narwhal or anything. Just a name you like. My goal, by the way, with these 3D printed eyes is eventually I want to have a whole course on the website for like, here's how to 3D print your own eyes. Here's download the 3D print files that I made already, but here's how to design your own if you want to. So that's my goal in the long run for 3D printing on Club Crochet. I really want to make 3D printing like a fun little, like its own kind of lessons, and we'll figure it out together. Yeah, that's my goal in the long run. But I need to practice more, and I need to know how to 3D print better. So I do have a 3D printer. I got it for my birthday like 3 years ago. I only used it once so far. I feel bad about that. Okay. All right, so there's our main part. You know what we'll do? We'll do our last round first, and then I'll add on the eyes and stuff. Yeah. Right? It might be easier actually to do it now. All right, let's just do it now. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll do one more round, and then I'll do it. Fine. Make up your mind, Louie. Gotta just make up your mind. Nestor. Good name, Kristen. Great name suggestion. Love that. We actually, Ocean, we did an ocean-themed one. This is from our ocean-themed season. And actually, our next season is beach-themed, so ocean adjacent. Literally. 1, 2, 3. But we did a whole season all around ocean-themed critters. So we got whales and starfish and seahorses and what else? Sharks. Were there any sharks? Actually, I think there wasn't a shark. There was an anglerfish though. 1, 2, 3. And a decrease here. All right. So that's our last stitch. Nice. Cut the yarn and pull this all the way through. All right, now we have the base of our whale done. First, we'll add our eyes in. Oh. There we go. All right, so we got eyes into, it's around 3 stitches, 5 and 8, I said. Okay, so round 3 would be, it'd be 1, round 2, round 3 stitches 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 would be right here. Perfect. And then 8. So 5, 6, 7, and 8 would be right there. That. So actually, let me try that one again. I like that. Okay, now we're going to try this 3D printed horn that I have. And this one's going to go right in between. Looks like I actually have to go in this stitch. Or I could do it higher up like that. It's a very long horn for this little guy. I mean, that is dangerous. Straight up. We're going to go actually in between this stitch here. Because I think it's closer on there. Well, maybe actually higher up's not bad. I don't know. Can't decide. Yeah, maybe like that. The options are we could go up there or we can go down one so it's more closely on their nose. But this way I think it'll angle up a little bit more, which might be nice. Yeah. Okay. It'd be nice to paint this, but we just don't have the time today. Okay. There is the link to see all the things ocean. Yes, yes. Thank you. Okay, locking the eyes in. Cool. And we'll lock the other side. Nice. Oh, what a satisfying click. All right, now moment of truth. Let's see if this 3D printed one locks onto this really well. This is our test run, guys. So we put this back. Come on. It's hard to get in there when the hole is so tiny at this point. There we go. That. Okay. And then I'll... Okay, made a nice noise like it clicked in. Yeah. Wow, that's like really secure. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, that's super cool. Look at that. That's awesome. That looks so good. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so I would say that this one's a success. I would maybe I'll make it a little bit more rounded at the top. But it's not bad. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's stuff this fella up and sew it closed. Easy little whale. In only like, what was that, 10 minutes? Maybe? That's really cool. Okay, we need to name this narwhal. So I think we got some names. I'll throw my own name suggestions in there too. But let's go ahead and... Well, first, let's finish our vote for the frog's name really quick. Prince Hopleaf. Okay, so we got Prince Hopleaf. I like it. I like it. And now we need this narwhal. So we got... I like that name. Ooh, okay, yeah, sure. That's a good name, Stitch. And... Erica, that's... Or, yeah, Erica, that's great. And then... All right, so there's our name suggestions. Thank you for the quick names. So we got Nestor, Pinkie Pie. I actually do like... I like all these names a lot. Nestor the Narwhal, Pinkie Pie the Narwhal, Van Walen. So dumb, Erica. I love it. The Narwhal, or Nora the Narwhal. Great name suggestions all around. Really, really good choices, guys. All right, so go ahead and name it. And where'd I put the darning needle? My brain is so silly sometimes. Good thing I got darning needles literally all over the place. All right, let's sew this narwhal up. We're gonna go 1 and 2. Yeah. 2. 1 and 2. This narwhal's got the longest horn ever. And then we just pull that tight in and then out anywhere we want on the back. Pull that up. Cut nice and close. Okay. Hey, not bad. Gigantic narwhal horn, but I kind of absolutely love it. Also, there's from the bottom too. That's pretty good, honestly. That is not bad at all. I am pleasantly surprised at that. A little orange yarn poking through for some reason. Yeah, I like it. I like it. What do you guys think? Van Walen's winning. I love that. Okay. Yeah, what do you guys think of that? I think it's pretty good, honestly. I think that's a win right there. Okay, let me show you off. Let me show off the other. Oh, he's. Maybe we should have put a magnet in him. Oh no, that's okay. We can get him to sit upright. He don't like it. He don't like it, but he can sit upright. Okay, let me show you the other horns that I made to 3D print. So here, I'll just dump some of them out here. So obviously we got those ones. So I got some that are just like straight up horns, like that. I don't know if these ones are gonna work really because they're kind of like angled in a weird way. I kind of wish I angled them more like up like that. So I'm probably gonna redesign this one, but just to show you what it looked like if I put it in there. I mean, it's not bad. It's very demon-y. It's just a little pointy and a little long for what I was thinking, but I'll probably mess around with these ones later. I got this one made. It's kind of like a rhino horn. You know, like it would go on the front for a rhino horn is what I was thinking. It also could be like a claw of like a lobster maybe. I made this one. I think this one's really interesting. It could have really interesting uses. So I have another one in here somewhere. There, so that's at the bottom. I'll just dump them all out. So these two, I got one in each direction here. The idea with these ones is their teeth, you know, so you could put them on like the mouth, like here is my thought, something like this. And then you could have yarn over it, so then you could have like tusks or something. Or you could do it the other way around, so you'd have like little fangs or something. So that was my idea with these ones. I think these ones are going to work the best, honestly, but we'll see. We got more of these horns. Some of them are gigantic. Here, I'm just going to throw these ones back in there because they're too big. I got just some regular white eyes made, too, just to like test that out. Again, I designed this myself, actually. I did all the little 3D designing for it, so I'm pretty proud of it. I got a little tiny, like rhino horn. I don't really know what I'm going to use for this, but maybe eventually I'll use something there. Another white eye, and the narwhal horn or unicorn horn. So I think this is a good start to the test of like 3D printing my own horns and stuff. I am going to do some other ones soon, though. You know, wave 2, I'll try some other ideas out. I did them all white so that I could paint them. I didn't paint them, but that was my idea there. So I'm probably going to test that out later on and play around with that. So yeah, I'll let you know how that goes, especially once I get my 3D printing one, my 3D printer set up right. Then I can just kind of like spit these out over and over again so I can make a bunch of them. So yeah, that's my idea. Okay, what did we name our narwhal? It's just about time for me to finish up today. Of course. Oh my gosh, wow. All the other ones were tied. But the name is Van Walen. Heck yeah, dude. Okay. All right, so we got Van Walen, the narwhal. Good test for the horn. I love it. I'm really glad we got the opportunity to test that out today. I like him a lot. Van Walen, looking cute. And then we've got Prince Hopkins? No, Prince Hopleaf. That's what it is. Prince Hopleaf, the the frog with his little tiny crown. Prince Hopleaf, very cute little dude. I like it. Really simple, really cute. I do wish I gave him spots, but that's all right. Another time. And then finally, Ripple, our octopus with a little bucket hat that actually goes on top of his head. Little bucket hat for him. And then here's his little fishing pole with a little hook actually attached to the bucket hat. I like it. I like it. Great job, guys. I think we're going to do these Minigurumi crochet-alongs a lot more often. They're really like fun for me, and we can make a lot of different things in one live stream, which I really like too. So I hope you guys like it. If you did like today's stream, please like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is the end, Sarah. I've got to go because Jules has a show tonight in LA, and I want to go to it. That's my wife, Jules. So yeah, this is going to be it for today's stream. I really like them though, but expect more Minigurumi streams like this very soon. So I'll probably be doing another one, maybe not next week, but maybe the week after. I don't know. I'll keep you updated. If you want to make sure you don't miss them, please like down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so you don't miss it. Let's see, what else? Please pre-order our new season. And that's right. pre-order our new season, and here's a preview of one of the new patterns for our new season that I'm obsessed with. You're gonna love it. Here you go. Preview. Ready? Drum roll. Okay, so first, look at how cute. Wow. Is that a shell? It sure is a shell. And there's a little hermit crab. And guess what, guys? This, you will be surprised, is a Minigurumi pattern. The shell is only 100 stitches. The character, I think she's only like 60 something. She's real tiny. Look at how cool that is, though. And so my idea for this new season is we're going to be making... I'm not sure when this pattern is going to come out. Probably as soon as I can. It's really, really cool, though. I'm really, really, really proud of it. It's extremely optimized. Like, very optimal. So my idea is going to be to have... Throughout the season, I'll be coming out with a bunch of different kinds of shells that you can add to your hermit crab. And I'm thinking that it would be really fun to do a challenge for this season where you make your own shell. So everybody can crochet their own shell, and then that'll be the challenge. That's my thought right now, but we'll figure it out together during the season. So yeah, that's gonna be just a little preview of our new season's new Minigurumi pattern, and I'm sure I'll do more Minigurumis like this. They're so cute, though. I'm really, really proud of it. I just think it's such a cool pattern, and the fact that it's a Minigurumi is just so cool. Even this is a Minigurumi. Like, it's just so cool. It looks like it's a bunch of stitches, but it's not. I think there's only like 80 something stitches in the shell. I'm just really proud of it. Anyhow, go pre-order season 8 now. It is gonna be going live next week, so we're gonna do our live crochet along release party next Friday. Okay, guys. Thank you so much again for joining. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. I will see you next week. Pasta la pizza. Happy hooking, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye. Goodbye. How do I leave like this? Hold on. There it is. All right. Bye. Oh my gosh, stop. You hang up first. No, you hang up first. Oh my gosh, stop. You're gonna make me blush.